Thank you.
We all are here to listen to Dhamma.
ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿರೋದು ಧಮ್ಮದ ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಲು ಸೇರಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಾನು ತಮಗೆ ಧಮ್ಮದ ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿ ಹೇಳಲು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
Before we hear Dhamma, we don't know what Dhamma is.
ಸೊ ನಾವು ಧಮ್ಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅನೇಕ ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ತಿಳಿಸಲು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Can anyone understand the Dhamma without hearing from the Buddha himself?
ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಈ ಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದರೆ ಅದರ ಅನುಕೂಲತೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಾವು ಪಡೆಯಬಹುದು.
That's why thinking about not understanding anything at all and then hearing the word of truth, there can be a little understanding by little from one reality at a time.
ಈ ಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ನಾನು ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆಯಿಂದ ತಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನು ತಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗದಿದ್ದರೆ ತಾವು ಅನೇಕ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು.
And Dhamma is the word out of his enlightenment. That's why it's not just what we can think about without hearing again and again.
ಈ ಧಮ್ಮ ಇದು ಹೇಗೆ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾಯಿತು ಎಂದರೆ, ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧರು ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯವಾದ ನಂತರ ಅವರ ಉಪದೇಶಗಳಿಂದ ಈ ಧಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಯಿತು. ಇದನ್ನು ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕೆಂದು ನಾನು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Here, who understand what Dhamma is?
ಈ ಧಮ್ಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ತಿಳಿಸಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
That's why each word of the teachings of the Buddha has to be carefully considered.
ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧರು ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ತಾವು ಬಹಳ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ವಹಿಸಿ ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಆಲಿಸಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು.
It's not just understand the word, the meaning of it, but understanding what is there as Dhamma.
ಇದು ಕೇವಲ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು ಮಾತ್ರವಲ್ಲದೆ ಆ ಉಪದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಾರಾಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ತಾವು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ.
To be truthful to the truth, is there any Dhamma right now?
ಈ ಧಮ್ಮದ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ನಾನು ಸವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ ತಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
The answer indicates how much understanding of Dhamma is.
Please repeat, madam.
The answer to this question, it indicates how much understanding Dhamma is there.
ಇದು ಏನು ಇದನ್ನು ಸೂಚನೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೋ, ಈ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧರ ಉಪದೇಶಗಳು ಏನು ಸೂಚನೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ತಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಲು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
So please be truthful. Is there Dhamma right now?
ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ವಹಿಸಿ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯಿಂದ ಇದನ್ನು ಆಲಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಈಗ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಒಂದು ಭಗವಾನರ ಉಪದೇಶಗಳು ಇದೆಯೇ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ.
It's useless to just believe in Dhamma without understanding what Dhamma is.
ಇದು ಬರೀ ಈ ಭಗವಾನರ ಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ಓದುವುದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನವಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ.
Just a moment ago, what you said is having Dhamma as the refuge.
ಈ ಧಮ್ಮ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ತಾವು ಮನದಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ.
In order to understand who is the Buddha, there must be the understanding of each word. What is Dhamma right now to be refuge? ಈಗ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧರ ಉಪದೇಶಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಅವಶ್ಯಕವಾಗಿದೆ. I have Dhamma as my refuge But what Dhamma is there to be the refuge?
Can you repeat, madam?
Yeah, I have Dhamma as refuge. But what,
ನನಗೆ ನಾನು ಧಮ್ಮ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನನ್ನ ಬಳಿ ಇದೆ.
but what is that Dhamma which is the refuge?
ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡುವುದು ಅನ್ನೋತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
So just say, I have Dhamma as my refuge, it's not enough.
ಈ ಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ.
But understanding what is meant by refuge.
ಅದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನೇಕರು ವಿಫಲರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Can be one's refuge.
ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ
One's own refuge.
ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಶರಣಾಗತರಾಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
That's why each word of the Buddha is not just to hear and to remember, but to understand the truth of just one word, Dhamma.
ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧರು ಹೇಳಿದಂಥ ಧಮ್ಮದ ಅನೇಕ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ಸದ್ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ತಾವು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ಪಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
And this is the base or the foundation to understand Dhamma.
ಇದು ಇದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಂದೇಶವಾಗಿದೆ.
If there's no understanding of what Dhamma is at all, what would we say? I have Dhamma as refuge?
ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅಬಧಮ್ಮ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇದರ ಮೂಲ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅಭಿಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ತಾವು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ.
So begin to understand a little more of what is Dhamma, so that there can be more respect to the Buddha.
ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಯಾವುದು ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧರ ಉಪದೇಶಗಳು ಅದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
And what is the Buddha's teachings about?
ಮತ್ತು ಅವರು ಉಪದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ನಾನು ತಿಳಿಸಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
If it's not about the truth of what is there now, it's useless.
ಅದನ್ನು again please.
If it's not about understanding the truth of what is there now, it's useless.
ಈಗ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧರು ಹೇಳಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಉಪದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳದಿದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಅಪ್ರಯೋಜನವಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರಯೋಜನವಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ.
So don't be underestimate any word from his teachings.
Please.
Don't be careless or underestimate to understand the truth of each reality he taught.
I'm not able to listen to you.
Careless, just take it for granted, no understanding.
Okay.
This is
Yeah, please tell. No, you tell me whatever she's telling. She is telling, so that I can translate. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧರ ಉಪದೇಶಗಳು ಕೇವಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯ ಅಭಿಲಾಷೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಕೇಳುವುದು ತಪ್ಪಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಹಳ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಮತ್ತು ಭಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧರ ಉಪದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಆಲಿಸಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನು ಆಚರಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತರಬೇಕು.
just one word of the Buddha. It takes quite a long time to consider it again and again to really understand his word.
What? ಈ ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧರ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಪದ ಅವರೇನು ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ದೀರ್ಘವಾದಂಥ ಕಾಲ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ.
So the whole session of Dhamma discussion is just to understand Dhamma.
ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಧಮ್ಮದ ಒಂದು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಇದಾಗಿದೆ.
So, shall we begin to think about it? What is Dhamma?
ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಧಮ್ಮ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸೋಣ.
Very simple question, but the truth is the truth.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಧಮ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಉದ್ಭವವಾಗಿದೆ.
Is Dhamma just the word or it is there?
ಇದು ಧಮ್ಮ ಕೇವಲ ಒಂದು ಪದವಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯೋ?
As long as there's not enough understanding of Dhamma, we will talk just about Dhamma.
ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಈ ಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ನಿಜವಾಗಿಯೂ ನಿಜ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ತಾವು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳದಿದ್ದರೆ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನವೂ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ.
So now, would you like to hear again and again and again about Dhamma, not anything else?
ಈ ಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ಕೇವಲ ಒಂದು ಬಾರಿ ಆಲಿಸಿದರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಂಡರೆ ಸಾಲದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನಃ ಅದನ್ನು ಆಲಿಸಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು.
Until its firm understanding of what Dhamma is from the very beginning.
ಅದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೂರುವ ತನಕ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ.
Buddha taught Dhamma for 45 years. Everything is all about Dhamma. So in truth, what is Dhamma that he taught about?
ಭಗವಾನರು 45 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಸುದೀರ್ಘವಾಗಿ ಈ ಧಮ್ಮದ ಉಪದೇಶವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ ಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ.
Buddha realized that Dhamma is so very subtle. That's why he understood that everyone is not ready to understand just instantly.
ಭಗವಾನರು ಈ ಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಈ ಧಮ್ಮದ ಅನುಸಾರವನ್ನು ಸಾರಾಂಶವನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಂಡು ಇದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಶಾಂತಿಯುತವಾಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಮರ್ಪಕವಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಚಾರವಾಗಿದೆ.
Buddha himself didn't say any word just to be remembered or to follow the word, but to understand the truth.
ಭಗವಾನರು ಕೇವಲ ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ತಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ.
He taught many times about everything which is real at that very moment.
ಭಗವಾನರು ಅನೇಕ ಬಾರಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಉಚ್ಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸತ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ, ಇದು ಧಮ್ಮದ ಸತ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಅನೇಕ ಬಾರಿ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
The purpose of his teachings to have the other understand the truth that he had realized.
ಭಗವಾನರ ಉಪದೇಶಗಳ ಕಾರಣವೇನೆಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಬೇರೆಯವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಈ ಉಪದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ಅನೇಕ ಬಾರಿ ಅನೇಕ ವೇಳೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Otherwise, how would he thought about what he had realized for the other to begin to understand the truth of it? Otherwise, why did he teach for 45 years not to understand anything at all?
ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಉಪದೇಶವನ್ನು ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದರೆ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಉಪದೇಶವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತಿತ್ತು?
So now, each own understanding is what is Dhamma.
What she said.
So now, what is Dhamma for everyone to know?
No, I will. Yes. ಈಗ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಉದ್ಭವವಾಗಿದೆ, ಧಮ್ಮ ಎಂದರೇನು ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನಾರ್ಥಕವಾಗಿದೆ.
And the answer is the purpose of the Buddha's teaching.
ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಇದನ್ನು ಉತ್ತರಿಸುವುದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಭಗವಾನರು ಈ ಒಂದು ಉಪದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
So now, think about it as your own understanding. What is Dhamma?
ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ
Doctor,
ಆ?
1 minute, speak loudly, clearly. This is the timer.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು? ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳೋದು. ಅದೇ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್.
Okay, and ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕನ್ನಡ.
What she is telling you.
Yeah, can you please repeat, madam?
What is Dhamma? Say it again. What is Dhamma right now?
ಇವಾಗ ಧಮ್ಮ ಅಂದಿರೆ ಏನು?
It's a question
It's a question.
My
Will
question
be
or her
answering.
question
to the audience.
to the audience.
I will go down and I will.
Is that Dhamma right now?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿ.
Is that Dhamma right now?
Is ಧಮ್ಮ ಇವಾಗ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇದೆಯಾ?
What is it?
ಅದೇನು? What is it? ಅದೇನು? It's the truth.
What is that? Which is true?
ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ನಿಜ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What you can see is what they say.
Okay. Why is Dhamma? Why is Dhamma?
ಧಮ್ಮ ಯಾಕೆ?
Do you understand? Thank you very much.
He wants to answer the question as to what is.
What is that Dhamma?
This is so very simple to understand. Even just
Okay.
It's
Hello?
very-
All of you can hear me? Okay. So the first question itself was not answered properly. That's why I wanted to answer in this way. Whatever I know about Dhamma, because Dhamma is very universal and it's very vast and it is very difficult to understand what exactly is Dhamma is. But whatever the Dhamma is nothing but what she told about, it is the truth, the universal truth. Somebody has agreed, but is having multiple meanings in it. Dhamma is not just one is just a truth, but the teachings of the Buddha, or it is the higher teachings of the Buddha. It is the maybe a Sutta Pitaka or Vinaya Pitaka, or next comes the reworking of the Dhamma into Abhidhamma. That is the higher teachings, the ultimate truth and the conventional truth. There are so many meaning about it, but ultimately the arising of the suffering and ending of the suffering, that is the Dhamma.
He ends it with Dhamma is the suffering and the end of suffering.
Is Dhamma real?
ದಮ್ಮ ಬಂದು ರಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಸತ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆಯಾ?
ಧಮ್ಮ ಸತ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದರೆ ಆ ಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಯಾರೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಥರ ಯಾರೂ ಕೂಡ ಪಾಲನೆಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಕೆಲವಾರು ಜನಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದನ್ನು ಪಾಲನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅದು ಸತ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
So he is saying that Dhamma is it has to be examined, like the truth of it has to be examined, and you can't say that, you know, it's just anything and everything. It has to be examined to understand. Like, we can't just say whatever is real is Dhamma, because it has to be the real, whatever is reality, it has to be examined.
So now seeing is Dhamma. Seeing now is Dhamma.
She's asking, ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೋಡೋದೇ ಧಮ್ಮನ ಅಂತ.
Just seeing is not Dhamma. Observation and seeing is totally different. We have to observe the reality. ಧಮ್ಮವನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಂಡು
It's also
Okay.
observing. And there's a difference between
Okay.
seeing and observing.
Can seeing observe anything? Can seeing observe anything?
We can easily observe.
ನೋಡೋದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ಅದು ನೋಡುವುದರಿಂದ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಆಗತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. Only when you visualize, then only you can observe. Without visualization, it cannot be observed. Okay.
It is
Okay,
possible, and he's saying only if you visualize, it can be observed, and without visualizing it, it cannot be observed at all, is what he's saying.
Does seeing arise?
Just seeing arise, ಅದಾದ್ರು ನೋಡೋದು ಬಂದು ಅದು ಬೆಳೆಯತ್ತಾ, ಇದು ಉತ್ಪನ್ನ ಆಗತ್ತಾ, ರೈಟ್? ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್? ಉತ್ಪನ್ನ ಆಗತ್ತಾ, ಉದ್ಭವಿಸುತ್ತಾ?
ನೋಡೋದು ಅದು ಉದ್ಭವಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
It is arise.
It arises just to see or to observe.
ಅದು ಉತ್ಪಾದಿಸೋದು, ಅದು ರೈಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಬರೀ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕ ಮತ್ತು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ, both
of it. Both is what he's saying.
What condition seeing to arise? What condition seeing to arise?
ಅದು ಏನ್ ನೆಲೆಮೇನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದು ಬಂದು ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸಾರಿ,
ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ?
ಅದು ಏನು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್, ಅದಾವುದು ಏನು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಪನ್ನ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗುವುದು? ನಾವು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಭಾವನೆಯಿಂದ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ.
When seeing arises when we look at it with faithful heart, or with faith, only then does it arise.
Seeing just arise to see, or does it arise to do something?
Just ನೋಡೋದು ಬಂದು ಉದ್ಭವ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆಗತ್ತಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಸಿಂದ, ಏನಾದರೂ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಆಗತ್ತಾ?
ಅದು ಅದರ ನೋಡುವುದು ಕಾರಣದಿಂದಲೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಿತ್ ಎ ರೀಸನ್.
See just as you see, so to see.
So ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಾರಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನೋಡೋದು ಬಂದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸತಿ ಹೇಳಿ.
ನೋಡೋದು ಉದ್ಭವ ಏನಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ನೋಡುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
It arises due to the need for seeing. Yeah.
It arises.
Okay.
ಇದು
ನೋಡೋದು ಬಂದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನೋಡೋದು ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನೋಡೋದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಉತ್ತರವಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಸಮರ್ಪಕವಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ಕೋತೀನಿ.
ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಕೇಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಥರ ಅದು ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್, ಅದೇ ವಿಜುವಲೈಸಿಂಗ್.
And then we will put that.
Ajahn, they want from you that the questions and answers, because their understanding regarding the Dhamma is very less, so they want an explanation from you first, and then they need the question and answer. Have they understood or not? At the last.
So
Right,
yeah,
na?
she wants your explanation.
So you agree that Ajahn should speak
first and then questions. So because their understanding is not.
Okay, so you can understand in English, all of you, na? So you doesn't need any translation, Kannada. Okay.
People who are interested to translate, at last, be ready and take down some points and then translate it. Anybody from, okay? That's good. Let her proceed with her speech. Okay?
You have to speak in English, because now they are willing to answer in the English, and they have the understanding of the English also. So you please speak in English.
So, what is seeing now?
Pardon me?
What is seeing now? We say seeing, but what is the nature of seeing?
Ma'am is asking. Yeah. This mic is correct, na? Actually, ma'am is asking from you that what is seeing. Can anybody here can explain to her in English regarding the seeing?
Seeing is nothing but the visualization, visual impact on the retina, especially the cortex, visual cortex, which is situated in the occipital region of the brain. Okay, that is the seeing. Seeing is that is a physiological phenomenon wherein the image is imprinted on the brain. That is seeing. Whatever you see, it is an image actually. Visualization.
Ajahn, they are saying that seeing is a visualization, an object imprinted on the cortex and somewhere technical side of the eye, what he wants to tell you.
Can we talk just one reality at a time?
Can you talk just one reality at a time?
Okay.
So now, the object which is seen, is it seen?
The object which is seen is seen
Naturally.
naturally.
What does it mean?
Yeah, it is seeing only. See, I am seeing you. That is the seeing. I am seeing you talking to us. Okay. You got my point, madam?
Ma'am, Ajahn, he's saying that he's seeing you and he's talking to you also. That is seeing.
Seeing is only just moment of seeing, no one there at all.
Ajahn is saying seeing is just one moment of seeing and there is no one.
As far as I see, seeing only. One moment, momentarily. But I am seeing you constantly now.
Ajahn, he's saying seeing is just one moment, but seeing is also consistently.
Constant.
One moment, can what is seen be something or someone?
One moment can be something or someone.
Yes.
Impossible.
Impossible.
Oh. Please explain, madam. Why it is not
Okay.
why it is impossible? Let us know.
What can be seen is only that which now impinge on the eye base. That at the back does not impinge on the eye base, so there cannot be the seeing of that which is at the back.
They understand, man. They understand.
Is that right?
No. You mean no? I don't agree with you. Whatever you are telling,
Okay.
I am not agreeing. But you have to explain in a very brief way. What you said that seeing is not seeing. You mean to say, but seeing what exactly what to see is the question now.
Can we say that it's a reality which arises and experience an object?
Ah.
At moment of hearing, it's another reality. It arises to hear.
Oh, reality cannot be seen. It has to be understood.
There is only one reality that can be seen, which is there now appearing. The sound cannot be seen. The experiencing cannot be seen.
It is only experience.
Only one reality, no matter in what world,
Yes.
can be seen.
Yeah.
And what
So
is
that
the-
we can see the experience, whatever the reality is, to understand ourselves by looking into our mind.
If there is no seeing, can there be I see?
There is no seeing. Can be I seeing? No.
That's why seeing is not anyone.
Yes.
It doesn't belong to anyone.
Yes.
That's why Buddha enlightenment is all dhammas are anatta,
Anatta.
not atta at all. And atta means something or someone.
Impermanent.
But what is seen is only just a dot, which impinge on the eye base many times, so it appears as something with shape and form to be taken for someone or something. But the seeing itself just arises only one moment in the process of thinking and taking it the shape and form as something. But in truth, seeing cannot be thinking because another moment it does not see but it thinks.
Okay, we agree with you, but the point what I am thinking about, you are all telling about the questionnaires, but we wanted to know what exactly is Dhamma and what exactly the teachings of the Buddha. That's what we would like to know about.
And is there just only one kind of Dhamma? Also many different characteristics and many qualities. That's why we learn to understand the difference between each one in order to let go the idea of self or me or mine. Like now, seeing a goal far away, instantly, never to arise again. And this one, it's by moment of that which can impinge on the eye base, impinges on the eye base. So it conditions seeing. As soon as seeing arises to see, it's gone.
So my question is here, whatever you are telling, okay, it is the questions are about the mass, matter and energy. And these are the three important questions on which Bhagavan analyzed. Mass, matter and energy. So my complete question is, after the enlightenment, what are the things in the sutta, in the Dhamma Chakka Pavattana Sutta, what Bhagavan told to the 5 bhikkhus, from them to others all over the world. So the basic principles of Bhagavan's teachings we would like to know about.
Whatever arises false way, is that what he taught? Whatever arises false way, instantly, never lasts at all. We think that once one was born, one will die, but in truth, the death moment is gone. There cannot be that moment again, but karma condition at the moment to follow. As long as karma can produce result, can condition moment of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. These are moments of result of karma, experience or see the unpleasant object or pleasant object. No one can manage at all. It's there by condition, by karma. When it's time for karma to produce its result, there is pain at the body or unpleasant smell experienced by that which experiences the object. That's why we have to begin to understand what is Dhamma. Whatever is real is Dhamma, for sure. And there are so many different Dhammas, but they can be to classify them as one Dhamma arises but cannot experience anything at all, like smell, hardness, taste. They cannot experience anything. It doesn't know who touched it, or who chewed it, or who likes it. It's there, not understanding, not experiencing anything. But there must be now a reality which is different from that which cannot experience, because it's a reality which has the quality of experiencing an object from birth. Otherwise, there's no life at all. That's why at birth, no seeing, no hearing yet. But the reality which arises and experiences an object is there. From that moment on and on, only one moment at a time. Because whatever is there just arises by conditions. As long conditions condition it to arise, just to arise. And as soon as it has arisen, it's gone, for sure. No condition to make it stay at all. That's why what we think that there are many moments of seeing people and things, actually, it's just one moment of experiencing, seeing that which can be seen, only one reality in the universal. Nothing can be seen at all. Sound cannot be seen, smell cannot be seen, only one doorway. Seeing right now is conditioned by eye base, the special rupa, which can be that which is seen now impinge on it, and then arises just to see. That's why before seeing moment, there's no seeing, right? Before seeing, there's no more seeing. The moment before seeing is not seeing. And seeing is only one moment. When it arises, it sees and then gone, never to arise again in samsara. That's why whatever arises gone, never to arise again. That is the first Ariya Satya, the noble truth of what is true is thereby conditioned to arise and fall away. No one knows, because it arises and falls away in split seconds, or in split of split seconds right now. As soon as one closes one's eyes, there's no one at all, no chair, no people. But when one just opens one's eyes, everything is there instantly. How come to be so rapidly experience what is that which has to impinge on the eye base? Otherwise it cannot appear at all. Without that which arises to experience, there's no world at all. Even there is that which arises but cannot experience, no one knows is there, because no experiencing at all. Is that right? Is that true? All sankhara anicca. All sankhara, but all dhammas are anatta, includes nibbana. Whatever is real is anatta, no one and no thing at all. And they are the absolute truth. The citta is the chief of that which experiences what is there now. And cetasika, because citta cannot arise alone by itself, and there must be conditions for whatever arises together as sahachata paccaya. It has to arise together, condition each other. That's why the other quality which also experiences the object, but it's not the chief of just experience, the characteristic of that object as it is, different ones at different moments. That's why there can be the mark and sign of something which is there arising and falling away on and on and on unknowingly, until what appears is just the mark or the shape or the form or the sign of this and that, to be known as something atta. As long as there's no understanding of the truth, the idea of atta is there from birth, because whatever is there seen, no one there tells, it's me, I see. But in truth, the reality which is there arise to see by conditions and then gone instantly, never to arise again. Yesterday, object which is seen, gone, never to return, even just a moment ago, gone, never to return. But usually, ignorance does not understand that right understanding can understand that which has a reason. If that is not a reason yet, how can it be known? But when it's there, no one pay attention to it. Just think about the other object which is not there. So in truth, where is the world? Not far away, not the sky, not the moon, not the building, but it's here, so very close. Seeing is there now. Without seeing, how can they make the idea of things around? That's why so many words from the enlightened one to understand how ignorance for those who have no understanding of the truth of what is there now appearing. The truth can be known only when it's there. What is gone cannot be known. What hasn't come yet cannot be known. So what can be known is just right now as it is, little by little. So now, all dhammas means all realities, different ones. Seeing is not hearing, it's not thinking, it's not liking, it's not attachment, it's not aversion. Is that true? Just consider the teaching, each word, whether it's true or not. That is the purpose of the Buddha. To be truthful to the truth, Satya Bharami. Be true to the truth in order to understand the nature of the truth as it is, as no one. So very impermanent, just arise and then gone, never to arise again, from moment to moment, from birth to death, by different conditions. For example, the birth moment is conditioned by akama, adit, according to paticcasamuppada, the link of the past to the present life and present life to the future life. So how come to be this life, the third paticcasamuppada? Because last life is gone and there's no understanding enough to know what is there. So ignorance carries on from moment to moment, not to understand the truth of what is there just right now at all. So it conditions clinging because it's there to be clung to. When there's nothing, there cannot be clinging. But when there's something is there to be clung to because of ignorance and attachment. So paticcasamuppada begin with ignorance. We cannot remember the past. But one truth is that there's no understanding of this life. So it means that there is also no understanding of previous life. When there's some understanding of previous life, there can be that which has been accumulated to condition moment of understanding the truth of what is there right now. But we begin to hear just one word from the enlightened one. And who's the Buddha? And who am I? He said just one word, Dhamma. And we just say, Dhamma, how much different of understanding and wisdom, not as great as the enlightenment. Even Sariputta, Moggallana, all those disciples who have enlightened, didn't have enough or equal understanding to the Buddha because he is the teacher, Buddha, and then Dhamma, and then Sangha. Sangha is not just anyone who ordained to be such and such monk or samanera, but anyone who understands even in the Tavatissa heaven, the one who can understand the teaching is Bhikkhu. That's why Buddha addressed those people when he went to teach his mother, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhave. he addressed them as people. So we have to understand each word a little more to understand that when there's no understanding of what is there right now, ignorance is there for sure. And when ignorance is there, asava is there. After 3 moments, seeing and then sampajana, the next moment does not see, but experience the same object as seeing. Because there is another mental factor which performs its function for the other moment to experience the same object as seeing. See, he taught everything to be understood, to let go the clinging to the wrong idea that it's I, but in truth no one, no thing, no I, all are Dhammas, different Dhamma, every Dhamma, different Dhammas, all the time. Seeing right now is not seeing just a moment ago. And what is seen is only that which is now appearing. And who can think in truth that at moment of hearing it's dark, right? No seeing, no color, no visible object. At moment of thinking it's dark. At moment of smelling it's dark. The other doorway, except just one doorway right now, which says all are dark. So now, in truth, everyone lives in darkness. To be known, the truth that even that in dark can be known, like thinking in darkness, right? At moment of smiling, it's not seeing, but it's not thinking. Just one moment of one reality performing its function. No one there at all, but conditions. Who can stop smelling? Who can stop seeing? Who can stop hearing? Who can make seeing arise to see? Who can make hearing to arise? Impossible. This is the meaning of Dhamma. All are Dhammas, right? Satya Parami, beginning to be true to the truth in order to understand that Buddha taught people to have their own understanding, to realize the truth as he had realized the great blessings to understand the truth of this very moment. Is that true? This is Satya Parami, to be true to the truth. And at this moment, with our passion to sit and to hear and to think, there cannot be any moment of understanding, deeper and deeper and deeper. So the more understanding of the truth is so very subtle, so it let go clinging or dreaming or desiring to experience it beyond imagination, beyond expectation, or anatta. Is that right? All Dhammas are anatta. Any question?
But I have a question.
I request the participants to raise questions one by one. Lastly, Dr. Surendra will conclude.
Ma'am, he's saying that I want other participants to other questions. Last he will ask.
Thank you, one and all. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the delegates from abroad on the stage and in front of the stage. What I understood from your speech was Bhagwan Buddha himself taught 40-45 years unable to find the truth, and in nature I think it is quite complex. Just because of that reason, I hope it is, the common people, it is very hardship to digest, to understand, and hypothetically, if you hope the truth is like that, it is unacceptable. Maybe if you are educated, well civilized, and a stalwart, those kind of people can understand. If not, I can truly believe Buddha, Dhamma is the truth. Just because after Bhagwan Buddha, Dr. Baba Saheb came. Dr. Baba Saheb was a universal figure. He's a stalwart. He himself adopted, agreed, embraced. So, how can one define truth would be like this? Thank you.
आप बोलिए थाई में बोलिए Sir, something I want to know what you told just now, that what your question was, that how the truth can be defined, something like this. Huh? Should I tell Ajahn this thing? Ma'am, he explained a lot of the things about the Gautama Buddha, and overall his question was that what is the truth? How can that be defined?
I think the questioner.
It's right, sir. This is right, sir. It's right, na? Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
If I may make sure that you want to hear the kind of explanation that everyone can understand, right? That is your point. So ผู้ถามเขาถามว่าเขาก็เท่าที่ทราบมาพระพุทธองค์สอนพระธรรมสอนเรื่องสิ่งที่มีจริงสอนธรรมะแล้วยังไงท่านอาจารย์จะพูดถึงนี้ในภาษาที่คนทั่วไปจะเข้าใจได้
What is real now? Who does not understand the question? What is real? Is seeing real? Is hearing real? So Buddha enlightened the truth of each one as its condition, just to see, just to hear, and then gone, never to return. There is birth, to see, to hear, to smell, to feel, to touch, to remember, to live in different events, situation, condition, and then die, the end of karma, to be this person. Even just one moment cannot arise at all when the karma ends up. So who knows whether karma ends or not? At moment of seeing, it's karma condition seeing, to experience or to see the pleasant object by way of kusala karma, unpleasant object because kusala karma. No choice, even right now or any time, through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body. But that is not only just seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. There is liking, disliking, ego, and all kinds of feeling in the day. That it's there. We know at that moment when it's there, anger or attachment or adamas, but different from seeing, hearing. That's why we learn to understand each different reality, that there must be from the very beginning to understand the truth, what is seeing and what is that which is seen. Seeing is a reality. It's real because it now sees. Who would think that seeing is not real, but no understanding what seeing is? Because when seeing is that it's I see. No one sees, I see. But in truth, before seeing, there's no seeing. So where's the I? And there is not permanent seeing. Seeing's gone, and then hearing arises, and hear, and hearing gone. Thinking arises, and think, and gone. And other reality conditioned to arise one by one, moment after the other, until the end of life. But understand what is the result of karma, and what is kilesa, the accumulation of wholesomeness and wholesomeness. It's not vipaka, it's not result. No matter in what world, the result of karma is seeing, is being born, and then live until there is seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. Only 5 doorways: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body, to condition moment of the result of karma, to experience the object. Pleasant kusala karma condition it, unpleasant akusala karma condition. Pain by akusala karma. See, all are dhammas differently. That's why we have to understand that different natures of reality. Mainly, one kind of reality arises, but it cannot experience the object. Hardness, see. Is it your finger, or is it the cup which is touched? Not at all. The absolute truth is even cup, what we take for cup is hardness, but it cannot be known by looking at it that it's hard. But at moment of touching, you cannot change what is there. Hardness is there, not the cup or the thinking about cup, but its hardness is there, experience. And when there's no touching, cup does not appear. That's why in life, from life to life, in samsara, eons and eons ago, no one can change the absolute truth, the ultimate truth. That which arises to experience arises by conditions to be different, because there is memory. Memory is a reality which arises and experiences object. At moment of seeing, it remembers that which is seen. At moment of hearing, it remembers the sound, and it remembers the meaning of it. That's why it's a word of absolute realities. When there is understanding, it's not me, it's not mine, it's not my family, it's not my country, it's not my friend. All are dhammas. There can be more wholesome moment, be friendly to all kinds of beings. And having metta, we say boundless metta. Boundless is boundless, no matter that person is killing, but it doesn't hurt oneself to dislike or to have aversion. But having kindness and be friendly, no one would like to do such deeds at all, but it's done by conditions, ignorance, and akusala. See, that's why Buddha taught to understand the truth of what is there as taken for I. It's here, thinking a lot about everything, far or near, but no understanding of that which is there, see, right here, and hearing right here. See, they are all conditioned dhammas. One is that which arises just to experience the object. That's why Buddha used the term nama, Dhamma. Any reality which experiences the object, different manners, different qualities, different function, but it experiences the object in its own way. Then remember, sanya cetasika arises to remember, to mark and remember. So we remember who's who, who's there. Even at the back, we can know who's that person. The sound is heard, sanya, a reality, marks and remember it. Who? The who is something or someone, but at the moment of understanding the truth, only one reality appears clearly. It cannot appear clearly when they appear together, so many things right now, seeing, hearing and thinking, but when one quality, one reality is there, only one, with understanding from the very beginning that it's not the other realities at all. It shows up as it is. So now from hearing the truth of the teachings, one is in the world of dream world about this and that, which is seen and thought. That's all. Little by little, having firm understanding of Dhamma, no one, a reality, conditioned to arise, to experience and then gone instantly. And that can be realized when there is more letting go, the idea of something together, little by little. So now, it's so very beneficial, so precious to understand that Dhamma is that which is real, anytime, no one. it's conditioned to arise. For example, without the eye base, they cannot be seen. So seeing depends on eye base and also other conditions for its arising too. Even there is the eye or the eye base, but nothing impinges on it, they cannot be seen. For example, what is there at the back is not seen because it does not impinge on the eye base. All are conditioned moment. This is anatta, or dhammas are anatta. That's why we learn to understand what is there now. Now is Dhamma, no thought about it, but the word of truth from the Buddha himself, conditioned moment to understand it little by little. That's why never enough to listen and consider the truth until the truth appears, higher degree of understanding. Without hearing, considering, there cannot be firm understanding of the truth as pariyatti.
So if I may ask the questioner, what you just heard from Achan, is there anything in what she said which is not about Dhamma?
I believe I convinced about
Yes.
Dhamma.
So what she's saying is that everything in our life is Dhamma.
Absolutely.
She's talking about Dhamma that is now, that is from the moment of birth to the moment of death, from morning, the moment we wake up till we sleep, and during sleep too. There is no moment, no time where there is no Dhamma. And the Buddha's Dhamma is for us to understand the realities of our life. This is understanding Dhamma.
Truly.
And that's why she comes back again and again to the Dhamma, which is happening for all of us all the time, even now, such as seeing. Is seeing a Dhamma? Seeing or hearing, this is Dhamma.
I am well convinced, and still there is plenty of things to understand. Going ahead, going forward, if I am involved totally, I may better understand. But as far as just now concerned, I am okay, I am well convinced now. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. So, Dhamma is balancing concept. Bhagavan Buddha observed the imbalance of Angulimala. After the meeting of Bhagavan Buddha, Bhagavan Buddha gave Dhamma to Angulimala. So, here you are surrounding in India. Did you observe any imbalance in India? Did you have any Dhamma plan to India?
This question is supposed to be discussed outside. This is a forum of the Dhamma discussions.
This is the Dhamma, sir. You don't put it your point of view. This is my point of view.
Yeah.
I am asking question in my point of view. I can't come your point of view. I know what is the Dhamma. Dhamma is the balancing one. Dhamma is a fraternity one. You don't guide my questions. I asking question to madam. If you believe the Dhamma, if you observe any imbalance in India, so we are at the land of Buddha. What is your Dhamma to land of Buddha in our observation? So Dhamma not only the philosophical discussion, Dhamma is a fraternity discussion, Dhamma is a equality discussions. In all abroad people, they are discussing only philosophically, not fraternity, not equality. So what is the plan for India? It's a land of Buddha for equality.
If I may, Achan, at one point in this talk today, talked about the importance of understanding every word, because every word by the Buddha is deep. So we cannot just hear and not understand properly, because if we don't understand, then we cannot understand the next word. So every word we use should be understood in light of what the Buddha taught. So, for example, when you talk about balance, would you like to understand? Would you like us to understand what you mean? Balance? Is it a reality?
Yeah, balance means social imbalance.
ท่านอาจารย์ครับเขาพูดถึงการแบ่งชั้นแบ่งที่ว่าในสังคมบางคนมีบางคนไม่มีบางคนอยู่ในฐานะที่ดีบางคนไม่ดีแล้วก็ท่านอาจารย์แกถามว่าท่านอาจารย์มาที่นี่มาอินเดียจะมาคุยเรื่องนี้ด้วยไหมแล้วก็อยากจะฟังความเห็นท่านอาจารย์ครับท่าน
Don't forget, all are Dhammas, not anyone, not Indian, not Thai, not Deva, not snake, not fish. Does fish see? Does snake see? So is seeing snake, or is seeing cat or dog, or seeing is seeing for everyone, anytime. See, we talk about the absolute truth to understand that in truth there's no one. So how there be the discrimination of class? The king see, the baker see, everyone see. The king likes, the dog likes, the cat likes, the baker likes. Like is like. The truth is that actually what condition one to be born in such different status is by karma. But seeing cannot be changed at all. The king and the baker see the same thing. And seeing is just seeing not a king or a baker or a fish or a dog. That is the absolute truth. To have more kindness and be friendly, boundless friendly to whatever is there as so very permanent. And anyone who is innocent, not understanding the truth, Buddha help not just for the king or the baker, but anyone who can understand the truth. That's why what is Indian and what is Thai, seeing cannot be an Indian or Thai. Seeing is seeing. The king, the poor, the dog, the cat, seeing is just seeing. Is that right? Is that true? And Deva see too, not a king, a Deva, but see is seen. It doesn't matter. We take it for the Deva see or a baker see. See it just see. No hindrance to consider the truth and understand. The king does not listen, does not understand the truth, but the baker listen, consider carefully, and can understand the truth. What is best? To be the king or understanding the truth?
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
This is the teaching of the Buddha. The absolute truth.
If there is anyone else who would like to ask, because it's a very good opportunity, not just for the person who is asking, but for the rest, for everyone, because one person's question is everybody's question. We all are newcomers into the Buddha's teachings, and we all need to hear a lot before understanding can increase. So it's like your question helps everyone else.
Just one moment.
So now, understanding a little more of Dhamma, all Dhammas are anatta, not anyone.
Madam, you were explaining about Dhamma. There are different Dhammas. I would like to know what are all the different Dhamma to the audience and to me also. Please. Different Dhamma.
ผู้ถามว่าได้ยินก่อนหน้านี้ท่านอาจารย์ว่ามีธรรมะเป็นหลายประเภทหรือว่ามากกว่าหนึ่งประเภทแกก็เลยอยากจะฟังว่าให้อาจารย์พูดถึงตรงนั้นอยากจะรู้ว่าที่ท่านอาจารย์หมายถึงคืออะไร
อันนี้เรียน
อันนี้ดีกว่า
We can say that there are so many dhammas, uncountable, but they can be classified as 4 kinds of dhamma. Citta, Cetasika, Rupa, and Nibbana. Citta is not Cetasika. Citta, Cetasika is not Rupa. Citta, Cetasika, Rupa is not Nibbana. So the absolute truth, there are 4. And what is Citta? That which arises by conditions to experience an object, one object at a time. For now, it's citta which arises to see only. At moment of hearing, it's the citta which is conditioned to hear, not to see. Different moment. So life runs on so very rapidly, seeing, hearing, thinking on and on, unknowingly, that it's not permanent at all. Seeing is gone at moment of hearing, and thinking is not moment of seeing and hearing at all. That's why I learn to understand that there is a very important reality which is the chief of experiencing whatever now appears. That is a kind of reality which arises to experience what is experienced clearly. It knows the difference between red and green. The citta experiences this, and the citta experiences the object which is experienced is different. That's why the difference is known by a moment. At moment of experience this is not the moment of seeing anything else. At moment of experiencing, only that is experienced, but so very quickly, like close your eyes. No flowers, no leaves, no table at all. But as soon as one eyes is a proof how rapidity each moment goes on, experience whatever is there. So very quickly. So what appears along is the nimitta, the sign or the mark or the shape or the form of what is seen as different. But citta cannot arise alone. Nothing can arise alone. There must be conditions for whatever arises to be different. That's why even seeing is a reality, the chief at moment of seeing, whether it's the fake diamond or the real diamond. If citta does not, is the chief of experiencing the characteristic of that object, that cannot be known. But remember that what arises is conditioned, and it cannot arise alone. There are other conditions arising together. That's why we talk about citta, the chief of experiencing now. So, seeing is citta. Hearing is citta. Thinking is citta. But like or dislike is not citta. It is mental factor or the reality which can experience the object, but not as the chief. This is the difference, even that which arises and experiences the object. So there is Chitta, Nupassana, Satipatthana, see? Because no one think about it at all. At this moment, we think about what is seen as some color, some people, and on. But that which experiences each moment is not thought about at all. It's hidden from birth. That's why no one understands that characteristic, which is the chief of experiencing the object, until Buddha thought about it. So one begins to know that without that reality, which arises as the chief of experience, nothing is there at all. No world, no thing. That's why we can divide the reality which experiences the object, Nama Dhamma, as Chitta, the chief, and the other experiential object are Cetasika, mental factors, arises with each moment of Chitta. And Buddha taught in detail Abhi Dhamma, because Dhamma is reality and Abhi is so very subtle. So Paramada Dhamma, nobody can change, it's so great in itself. Nobody can do anything to change it. It is Parama Dhamma, which is Abhidhamma. So all kinds of Dhamma are Dhamma, right? Chitta is Dhamma, Cetasika, the mental factors, also Dhamma. Rupa, that which arises but cannot experience, is Dhamma. And Nibbana is also Dhamma. So whatever is real is real, because Dhamma means real. What is real is real. So Nibbana is real. So Nibbana is Dhamma, but different from other kinds of Dhamma, because Chitta, Cetasika, and Rupa is conditioned to arise, so it falls away. But Nibbana, no condition to arise anymore in samsara, because Panya understand what condition, seeing, hearing, and each moment of that which arises and falls away, without condition for whatever arises. It never arises after it has been eradicated. And that is Nibbana, stage by stage of Panya, which realizes the truth. So among all kinds of conditioned reality arising and falling away, right understanding is the best. It can understand, no matter what is there, hidden, like Chitta now, hidden, because it does appear. So it's for considering to be understanding the very subtle reality. For example now, why Chitta, which experience visible object right now, does not appear? See, questioning and questioning to find the right answer all the time. So what is the answer? Is right understanding. When it's not the right answer, it's not right understanding. Each question has to be answered only by understanding the truth. So even the simple question as what condition seeing right now, and how cannot Chitta shows up to be known. What is seen now? Visible object, right? And without the Chitta which sees the visible object now cannot appear. So what makes it visible object appear is the Chitta which sees it. So it's known, it's appear. But where is the Chitta? In a day, every day. Only right understanding knows.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮೇಡಮ್. ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Madam, thank you very much for your explanation about the Dhamma. Chitta, Chitta, Rupa and Nibbana. All the four are interrelated. And ultimately it is one Dhamma only, ultimately the reality. Of course, Chitta, that is the mind. Chitta, that are the mental factors. and the Rupa, the water thing, and the Nibbana, ultimate truth. Okay, all these things. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ಧಮ್ಮ, ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಅವರು ಅನೇಕ ಧಮ್ಮಗಳಿದೆ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಉಚ್ಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಧಮ್ಮ ಇರ್ಬೋದು? ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಧಮ್ಮ ಇರೋದು, ಇನ್ನೂ 4 ಅನೇಕ ಧಮ್ಮಗಳಿದೆ ಅಂತಾಗ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿತ್ತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಂದರೆ ಮೈಂಡ್, 4 ಭಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಧಮ್ಮನ. ಒಂದು ಚಿತ್ತ, ಚೇತಚಿತ್ತ, ರೂಪ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಬ್ಬಾಣ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥ 4 ವಿಭಾಗಗಳಾಗಿ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ರೂಪ, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸಿ, ಏನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೇವೋ ಅದು ರೂಪ. ಮತ್ತು ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ನಿಬ್ಬಾಣ. ಅದು ಬ್ಲಿಸ್, ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಬ್ಲಿಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಲಾರದು. ಅಂದರೆ ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ಸಿಗುವಂಥ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಆನಂದಕರವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನಿಬ್ಬಾಣ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈಗ ಈ 4 ವಿಭಾಗಗಳನ್ನು ಧಮ್ಮವಾಗಿ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಒಂದೇ ಧಮ್ಮವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಧಮ್ಮ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮೈಂಡ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್, ದ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಅದು ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಿಜವಾದಂಥದ್ದು ಮನಸ್ಸು, ಮೈಂಡ್. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅದೇ ಒಂದೇ ಧಮ್ಮ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಗಾಟ್ ದಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್, ನಮಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಫುಲ್ ಟು ಯು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನಿಂಗ್ the different kinds of dhammas, okay, and all are interrelated. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now one more question, madam, regarding Abhidhamma. What exactly is Abhidhamma and how it is formulated and what is the nature of the Abhidhamma?
If I may, because what you just said about Chitta, Chetasika, Rupa and Nibbana, I'm not sure what you said was correct according to what Thanachan said, because what Thanachan said was that these all four are ultimate truths. The word in Pali is Paramatha Dhamma. So it's not like only Nibbana is Paramatha Dhamma. All four are Paramatha Dhamma and each one is different. Chitta is one Paramatha Dhamma. Chetasika is one Paramatha Dhamma. Rupa is one Paramatha Dhamma. And Nibbana is one Paramatha Dhamma. Chitta is not Chetasika. Chetasika is not Chitta. Chitta, Chetasika is not Rupa. Rupa is not Chitta, not Chetasika. And Chitta, Chetasika and Rupa are conditioned Paramatha Dhamma. Means they arise and fall away by conditions. And Nibbana is unconditioned Paramatha Dhamma. So, but all four are real, and they are different. And there is no such idea that all four are one. There is nothing apart from these four Dhamma.
But I have an objection for this, because what you said is okay, but different. Without Chitta, there cannot be Chitta Sheka. And without that, there will not be this thing. Chitta is the basic. See, without Chitta, nothing can arise. Okay? Chitta is the base.
That's what,
is it not?
Right. That's
the
what
mind
Achan,
is the one. Tranquil the mind. That's what the Bhagavan said. Okay, it is the mind. Mind is only going to play a part. And that mind analyzes the Chetasika. That is the mental factors. Okay?
And
then
without Chetasika,
without chitta, then the Chetasika cannot be erased.
and without Chetasika, Chitta cannot arise.
No. Chitta is very important.
Yes.
Without chitta,
Yes.
Chetasika,
Yes.
that mental factors will not arise.
That is
It is
why
all
Dhamachan-
these things are
right.
interrelated only.
Right.
That's what I wanted
Oh,
to explain.
okay. You mean these three?
Yes, all
these two are
all-
interrelated.
And, ultimately, that see, for getting the nibbana, all these things are required. Without this, nibbana cannot be achieved.
Okay.
The ultimate
I'll let
bliss.
Achan
Yes.
say something more then.
Just talk about one reality at a time. Because when we talk about the chief in different places, in the kitchen, who's the chief? The doctor or the teacher or the cook? That's why even just one word when we talk about in terms of chief, very important. We talk about by way of the function at that moment when it arises. That's why even Chitta is the chief of experiencing the object clearly. The water is yellow or green, is known by Chitta. That is only its function, just the chief of experiencing, but it cannot understand. That's why we learn to understand that the chief in what place or what moment. At moment of seeing, what is the chief? See? The Chitta is the chief. That's why Chitta is the chief at moment of seeing. But it's not that which understands the truth. It cannot understand the truth. But the understanding is the chief of understanding the truth of Chitta right then as it is. That's why we learn to understand different meanings of each reality, chief in what way, in what situation. That's why learn to understand just one characteristic of a reality. At this moment of seeing, Chitta is the chief for sure. But what is there important too? The object is there to be seen, but it cannot experience anything at all. So it's only that which is experienced. But the chief is that if it does not arise, even that object is not known. That's why we learn about Dhamma. All Dhammas are real. Nobody can change each Dhamma's characteristic. So it is Para, Parama, Parama, Dhamma. Together, Parama and Dhamma is Paramada Dhamma. All kinds. Chitta is Paramada Dhamma. It cannot be changed. It cannot be Cetasika. It cannot be Rupa. Cetasika is Paramada Dhamma as well. Rupa is also Paramada Dhamma. It's real. Nobody can change the hardness to be cool. And Nibbana is Paramada Dhamma, but different from other conditioned Dhamma, because no condition for Nama, for Nibbana to arise. So what is the best? That which arises and falls away, or that which does not arise to fall away at all? The end of everything. But it has to be understanding the impermanence, the dukkha of what is there now, arising and falling away. The dukkha of Dhamma is not easy to experience, because now seeing is gone, no one knows, but the next moment seeing is there again. So it seems like there is seeing all the time. It's not dukkha, as long as it's there, appear as not falling away at all. That's why it is so very subtle to understand the Four Noble Truth, because all Dhammas which arises and falls away is dukkha, not Nibbana. Nibbana is the third truth of the Arya Satya. And if there's no understanding of the truth of whatever now, how can there be the understanding of Nibbana? That's why Panya has to develop little by little, stage by stage, without understanding that actually now, what is there is all Dhamma, real, condition, no one permanent at all. Having such understanding is not easy at all because it's always forgotten. That's why hear it again, consider it again. All Dhammas are so very subtle to understand. And that is the meaning of Paramada Dhamma and Abhidhamma. All Dhammas are Dhamma, Paramada Dhamma and Abhidhamma.
So maybe what you just said about Nibbana as the ultimate, as the highest, is what you mean is it's the
Ultimate
highest.
bliss. Yeah.
The other three are dukkha, but Nibbana is freedom from dukkha.
Yes, that's what we have to achieve ultimately. And about the Abhidhamma, what Madam said, I did not understand properly, but the Tipitaka, there was only the Sutta Pitaka and Vinaya Pitaka. And then the Abhidhamma Pitaka, the three Pitakas in Buddhist Pali canon of Theravada tradition. So that's what we know about. And actually the Abhidhamma is nothing but the scholastic analysis or the higher teachings of the Buddha from the Sutta Pitaka. So that is the schematic analysis or the schematic presentation of the Sutta Pitaka. That is the one, because the common man cannot understand the Sutta Pitaka. Suttas, it was told in Sutta, including at the time of the Dhamma Chakka Pavattana Sutta, Bhagavan said about the Sutta only to the bhikkhus, then they were able to understand and grasp. Then there was no literature, I mean there was no written things, it was all by-hearted by. Okay, and that was spread, and that's why in the first Buddhist council, the Vinaya, I mean the Sutta Pitaka was spelled by the Ananda, and the Vinaya Pitaka by the Upali. Then the Abhidhamma Pitaka arised. Is it not? So that's what this is the whatever the schematic representation or the schematic analysis of the Sutta Pitaka for the common man.
Yes. This is the meaning of Abhidhamma that you have heard so far, and what I heard before I met Thanachan. But today you must have heard what Achan referred to this word Abhidhamma also, in light of what its real meaning is. She was talking about whatever is real is Dhamma, and she was talking about the subtlety of Dhamma, how subtle it is. And the word Abhidhamma means the Dhamma which is so subtle. So the meaning of Dhamma and Abhidhamma is same, the same reality. It's just Abhidhamma is to show how subtle Dhamma is. And then we have Paramatha Dhamma. We are talking about all what is ultimate real. It's also Dhamma is Abhidhamma, Abhidhamma is Paramatha Dhamma. So whenever you hear the word Paramatha Dhamma, it is the Dhamma. Whenever you hear Abhidhamma, it's Dhamma. So it's the same thing.
Of course, both. See, it is derived from Dhamma only. Dhamma cannot be segregated in the Tripitakas. Okay, no doubt about it. But the thing is, so it was in the Sutta Pitaka. Suttas cannot be understood by the common people. So ultimately what happened was the scholastic analysis came into existence, and the reworking of the the scholastic analysis into a schematic representation. So that is what I know, and it provides two things. One is conservative pleasure, and then the ultimate truth. So these are two it provides, the Abhidhamma. Because for the common man, because suttas cannot be, even monks can understand, but not the common man. That's why the Abhidhamma was scholastic, and then it was in so many books. 7 books have been written about Abhidhamma. Okay, Sangayani, Vibhanga, like that. Okay, there are 7 books are there in Abhidhamma. Okay, to provide this reality, what Madam said about. So otherwise, Abhidhamma would not have been understood, because Dhamma would not have been understood by the common people. So that is the reason why the Abhidhamma was written in books, written ultimately during the period of Ashoka. Then he inscribed so many things in the Devanagari Lipi. So that was the thing, that the origination of the Buddhism. Okay, that is the thing. Ultimately, the question arises, what exactly is Buddhism? That is another question I wanted to ask about Buddhism. What exactly is Buddhism?
The truth is the truth.
Yeah.
No matter who say. If someone say it wrong, not according to the truth, right understanding, understand it, it's wrong. So what is there real in life? Because without the teachings of Buddha about what life is and what is there in life, no one knows the truth at all. What is birth and what is death, and what is moment before death or after birth. All by condition, it's a truth. Be truthful from one word to another word, because we are talking about what is that which is real now, not just imagine that the story of it is by way of sutta or by way of the word Abhidhamma, but the truth is the truth. What is real, right?
Okay, please.
So what is real is Dhamma,
Okay.
because Dhamma is real, a reality. But there are so many levels of understanding Dhamma. If the question is, Dhamma is real, what is real now? See, it needs considering very careful to really understand, not just follow the word, but to understand, to begin to understand the truth, what is real, that Buddha enlightened. So, what is real now? The beginning to understand the truth. What is real now? Just one reality at a time, because each reality is different. They cannot arise together. They arise just as one moment as it is and then gone. So what is real is a moment. Each moment is real. So what is there? A moment now. See? Learn to understand the truth, just one reality, in order to understand the truth of that reality, to understand the other truth. After understanding one word, there can be the understanding more and more words. When we talk about the teachings of the Buddha by way of Vinaya and Dhamma, right? Vinaya Dhamma, Dhamma and Vinaya. So Vinaya is Dhamma as well. And Dhamma is also Vinaya. Because what is meant by Vinaya is wearing away ignorance by way of behavior of citta in a day and listen to understand the truth of it. Not just follow the Vinaya without any understanding. That's why there are many, many levels of understanding. But to be confident of what is real is real. Nobody can change it. So it is Dhamma, which is Paramatta Dhamma. It cannot be changed by anyone at all. Even Buddha himself or any Deva cannot change it. Why? It has arisen and gone. So how can there be moment of changing it? Impossible. That's why having a little more confidence of that which is there, not by anyone, only by its proper condition to arise to be only such and then gone. Is that true in life? Each moment is not permanent. So what is real is Dhamma. So, what is Vinaya? What is the point of Vinaya? Without understanding, can Vinaya works its way to realize the truth? That's why Sila or Vinaya is the behavior of Chitta. That's why in Tipitaka it says Kusala Sila, Akusala Sila, and Abhayagata Sila, all under the Chitta to behave, whether unwholesome or wholesome or Abhayagata, Vipaka and Kriya. That's why we learn to understand what is there, which hasn't been known before, that each moment is different by conditions, just arise and falls away. So how can there be I, permanent I? Before seeing, there's no seeing, and there are seeing, and then seeing gone. Where's the I? Before seeing, where's the I? At moment of seeing, is seeing the I because it's gone. That's why understand Dhamma firmer. That is the first confidence of the enlightened of the Buddha. Just thought about what is there, little by little, to understand it firmer and firmer, to develop the degree of wearing away ignorance in order to understand just one reality at a time. Otherwise, it is not clear understanding of anything at all. What can be known clearly has to be only one at a time. So when we talk about seeing right now, it's light. But when we talk about hearing, it's dark. Is that right? So in truth, we live in darkness, right? Even right now, only moment of seeing is bright and light. That's why the world does not appear as it is. We learn to let go more and more that what is seen is just when Citta is there, experience it. Otherwise, it is not known that it's there. And this is Dhamma, whatever is there, just in a moment. At this moment of seeing, it's light, bright, and moment of hearing is dark. Is that true?
Thank you, madam. I understood what Buddhism is. Buddhism is more than a religion. Buddhism is more than a psychology. Buddhism is more than a philosophy. Buddhism is more than a culture. Buddhism is more than a tradition. And all these aspects covers Buddhism. That's what I understood taught by Bhante Ananda Bhante from Mahabodhi.
Because whatever people think about is not realizing the truth of just one reality at a time. Even the scientists, they have many different ideas about this and that, but they cannot understand the moment of thinking, even about any subject. It's only thinking, because without thinking there cannot be any subject at all, no matter it's history or medicine or whatever. But they don't know what is there. It's I all the time. That's why they haven't heard the teachings about the absolute truth. Because whatever is there is conditioned to be arising and falling, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, on and on. They don't know what is birth and what is death and what is there in between birth and death. But Buddha pointed out each moment is not permanent at all. As long as there are conditions, there must be whatever arises now. That's why to understand Nibbana is understand the conditions for whatever arises, not to have it arise again.
Can we say that it's not a question of the Buddha's teachings being beyond everything else, but that it is about the truth? As Achan was referring to the four Paramatha Dhammas, without Chitta, without Cetasika, without Rupa, there is no religion, there is no science, there is no culture, there is no world, there is nothing. Whatever we take for any subject, whatever we take for a culture, country, life, day, night. In reality, it's only Chitta, Chetasika, Rupa. That is the Buddha's teachings.
That's true. But Sheila, so as she said, the three important things. Okay, that's what Sheila up to Samadhi. Three things. That's right. Okay, it's all reality and truth. We totally agree. And Dhamma is nothing but the truth and the reality. And these things are embedded in Dhamma. All these four factors. Thank you very much. Okay, let us conclude. Anybody wants to ask questions can ask freely.
Yes. Madam, you have given us a very beautiful Abhidhamma. We want to learn more things about the Abhidhamma. You taught us the Chitta. Chitta is the sensation of the body. Sensation is becoming the Rupa. So how it is explained in Abhidhamma, very clearly it's written. That is Tirupitaka, Sutta Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka. Abhidhamma Pitaka, there was so many things regarding the Rupa, sensation. All these things, how they are explained, I want to know that.
So please talk about one reality so there can be a little more understanding of that reality, one by one. For example, there is seeing. Even we don't say it's Abhidhamma, but it's real, so it's Dhamma. And no one can make it arise or fall away. No one can change it. So it is Paramadadhamma, so great. Nobody can do anything about its nature. And it's so very subtle, because who realizes the moment when it arises and falls away? Because at moment of hearing, it's not seeing. Seeing has to be gone, and then it's conditioned for, it's time for hearing to arise. Not seeing, different moment. Never last, never to arise again. Only once in samsara, before there can be the understanding the danger of that which is not permanent. Even right now, arising and falling away in split second. So true. It's like the fire, when it's not on the head, we don't say that it's hot. So now, there is the understanding, seeing its condition. If there's no eye right now, no seeing right now. That's why even seeing depends on condition. It cannot arise at anyone's will. Nobody can make its will. And that is the understanding of Dhamma. No one, the way Dhamma is, the way it is right now, that which arises and see. Can anyone change it not to see? Can anyone change it to hear? Impossible, because it has arisen and gone. No time to change it. It's gone already. So very rapidly, very quickly. That's why the arising and falling of the world, dukkha, satcha, has to be realized by understanding from the very beginning that it's not permanent at all. Even right now, it's not permanent, but it looks or appears so permanent because right understanding is not strong enough to understand that seeing is not hearing. But now it seems like they're seeing and hearing together, but in truth it's not. That's why the absolute truth, the Satya Dhamma, Ariya Satya Dhamma, so great is to understand the moment of each different one, arising and falling away. Otherwise, it has to be the object of attachment. Something there is to attach to because it's there, to be attached, no matter what. The sound, there is the idea, what is it? Something there. Take it for something, but it's gone. But keep on thinking that, what is it? What is it? It's something. So it's something all the time from birth, always something. But if there's nothing, just arise and falls away, no attachment, because how can anyone is attached to that which is not there anymore, gone, never to arise again? And the truth is that Buddha enlightened the truth of each reality at each moment, and also conditions for whatever arises. Otherwise, no one can stop conditions to be there, to condition whatever moment is there now. Who can stop? And seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching is the result of karma. So we would like to know what is the result of karma, wholesome karma or unwholesome karma. No result, or what is the result? The result of karma is the first moment in life, any life, conditioned by kusala karma or akusala karma, to be animal or to be deva or to be human being right now, different kinds. Someone is so kind and someone is so very greedy in life. By conditions, no one wants to be unwholesome, akusala, but no one can stop the moment when it's there, conditioned to arise, because it has been accumulated all the time in life because of ignorance, not understanding what is there is not permanent at all. So learn to understand each word of the Buddha about the truth of what is there now, because only this moment is so true, the other moment gone, the next moment hasn't come yet. So how can it be known? But now seeing is there. It's not the eye, it's not that which is seen, because it sees and then gone. It does not hear. Different conditions. Without the ear, there cannot be hearing. So at moment of seeing, no hearing. But when there is ear and that which impinges on the ear base, hearing is there. No one can stop it. And it's gone. Just arise and falls away to be attached. Only that in life. Eons and eons ago, and in the future, when there's no understanding yet, nothing can stop whatever is conditioned to arise, because ignorance is there. Condition that is arising and falling away to be object of attachment. What is that? Is the moment of attached to that as what is that? So very subtle. It's there. After 3 moments after seeing, Buddha said, there is asava, kamasava, pavasava, tittasava, avijjasava. So now, avijja is there as asava, no understanding of seeing, no understanding of hearing, and pavasava, the attachment to the eye, the being here, see it, dislike it or like it, depending on whatever is their condition to be there in a moment. See, and this is life from moment to moment, differently. Moment of birth is not moment of death. Moment of birth is not moment of seeing. At moment of seeing, it's not birth, it's not death, but it's seeing. See, that's why if there is no birth, can there be seeing later? Just born to experience the object by conditions, kusala karma, experience or see pleasant object, and the akusala karma, conditioned moment of seeing unpleasant object. No one can stop it. It's there before anyone can do anything, because there is no one to do, but there are conditions to condition different moments by condition. That's why the Sotapanna, the Sakadagami, the Anagami, and the Arahata understand the truth stage by stage. So the kilesa, ignorance and attachment is wearing away stage by stage. But now, when it's not that degree of understanding, it's there now. Attachment to what is there with avijjasava and kamasava, to what is experienced through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body. This is in the kama world. Because kama is a sensuous object. Object which is seen now, kama. The sound is heard now, kama. Object of attachment. In a day, every day, from birth to death, and on and on and on, added and added, more and more darkness. No understanding of what is there, darker than what is dark. Because when we turn on the light, it's not dark, but when we turn off the light, it's dark. And when we turn all the light, it's so dark. And at moment of hearing, it's so dark, no light at all. So, in truth, we are living in the world of darkness. See? But wrong understanding think that we live in the world of light from moment of waking up until moment of sleep. All right? But in truth, at moment of hearing, thinking, no light at all. So in order to experience the truth, it has to be through mind door. And now we talk about the seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, 5 doorway. But what about the mind door? Even it does not see, but it remember and think just about what is seen, what is heard, what is smelled, what is tasted, and what is touched in life. Just only from one doorway to another doorway, not more than 6. Cling to whatever is there. Just so very short and then gone, unknowingly. But Panya begins to know, begins to understand the differences, and begin to know that it's not just only right understanding, there are also other realities, mental factors. That's why Buddha point out how many mental factors are there, the main and the details of each one. Very, very various variety of attachment, variety stages of hate or dislike, to the degree that it kills that which one does not like. If it's just very short, not much, not strong enough, there's no killing, there's just irritation or just dislike. But at moment of killing, how strong it is to destroy that which one does not like at all. That's why life goes on by conditions. No matter moment of speech, pleasantly, or hurt the other by words, instead of saying such bad words, they can be soft or understanding what is there, ready to be friendly, because to be friendly is much better than to be enemy. See, dislike whatever is there, on and on and on. That's why someone dislike whatever is there. That is not good, that is not good, that is not good. The sound is not good, the taste is not good, the sight is not good. So what is the use of having such unwholesome moment? It hurts that person. No one can hurt you. No one can hurt the Buddha. No one can hurt those who have right understanding to let go the idea of self or I. Actually, it's just a moment of conditioned reality until it's known and it's not forever. It's so short, it's there and gone. So there's less clinging, there's less attachment or aversion of any object, because understanding is there, little by little, until it can condition moment of what is said, patipatti, not to do anything, but to train the mind, to develop right understanding, to be firmer and firmer, not to forget that hardness appears only at moment of touching. If there's no touching, we only think that this is hard, but hardness does not appear yet. But when it's there, we think that it is hard all the time, but never all the time, only in a moment, arising and falling away. So the world is the breaking world. Is it dangerous, breaking world? Otherwise, there cannot be moment of understanding the danger of whatever arises because it falls away. And it hurts one when it's gone, when there is attachment to that object. But when there is understanding, that is the way it is. It has to be gone. It arises to be gone, never be there anymore. And this is what Buddha taught. So true of what is there at any moment, even right now. Seeing is not permanent. It is dukkha, Ariya Satya, when right understanding is enough to experience, then the sign of that which arises and falls away, sees or hears, not only in a single moment, is so short that it cannot be known. It can known when it's more than just one moment. As the nimitta of seeing, nimitta of hearing, many moments, before there can be nimitta of so many things around. Is this the teaching of the Buddha when it's so true, so real, so deep that it can develop to the degree to let go attachment so the object appears clearer when there's no attachment which hinders the truth instantly. So there are different kinds of the truth, cetasika. Ignorance, avijja, is one cetasika. Sometimes we use the term moha. It's like the one who drank with ignorance all the time. Take that which is not permanent as permanent. It's drunk. Being drunk by ignorance, just cling to that so much that no need to listen, it's no use, just talk about this and that, to get it, to like it, to have it more. That is not understanding the truth, that whatever one likes to have is not there anymore. It's gone forever. But without understanding, attachment is there by accumulation. Is that true? And the truth is the understanding of the truth. So Panya Cetasika, understand. It's a kind of mental factor, but it is not the chief of experiencing the object, but it arises with that which experiences the object clearly to understand the truth, that it's that which is seen. Whenever it's there, it is seen because of seeing is there. So begin to pay attention to seeing, that it's not that appears which is seen, different reality. So the seeing is the nama, the reality which arises and experiences an object. But when it's the one which is achieved, we have the word citta. So there are four Paramada Dhamma, citta, the chief of experiencing, and the cetasikas experience the same as citta experience, but it is not the chief, but it likes or dislikes, or it remembers, or it feels. That's why there are how many cetasikas? 52 cetasikas, mainly, but more details about each one. In 45 years, just talk about the hidden truth, which no one knows, until he thought about the truth of each different one. Citta is not lopa, it's not dosa, it's not moha, and moha is not lopa. It cannot understand, so it cannot attach. It doesn't know what the object is at all. So the moment of ignorance, not understanding the truth that it's not there anymore, is moha or avijja, opposite of vijja, understanding. And more cetasikas we learn in life, through life, real life. What is there? Is there doubt? Is there moment of doubt about seeing now arises and falls away? Is there doubt or no doubt? Be truthful from the very beginning. Satya Barami. Understand that this is only hearing, considering, but the moment of seeing arises and falls away is not the first stage of understanding, but it will lead to more and more understanding of one reality, only one at a time, little by little. At moment of understanding attachment, when attachment is there, it is known gradually, little by little. But the moment of dislike is not there. So no understanding of dislike or dosa. But when dosa is there, it's time to understand the characteristic of dosa, because everyone has dosa. But take dosa as I have dosa or I'm dosa right now. But in truth, there are conditions for dosa to arise and gone unknowingly until the truth is known by patipatti, the development of understanding. What we are talking about is there now, until it's directly understanding the characteristic of that which appears one by one, until it's clearer and clearer and clearer, so it appears just only one through mind in darkness. Because when seeing is gone, the mind think about it. Otherwise there cannot be any dream at all. So dream is just thinking, remembering what is seen, by thinking, by accumulation. What kind of thinking is there? Unexpectedly, who knows? Today, tonight, what dream will be? Unknown. But there are conditions for dreaming because of another cetasika, sanya cetasika is there. Remember everything, not just only in this life. Whatever is there years and years ago, sanya marks and remember. And it depends on condition, whether sanya remembers that which is long, long time ago or not, or just today or yesterday. Is that true? And the purpose of the Buddha is just to have people understand the truth as he had realized so true. The moment of what is there arising and falling away, and what conditions such reality to be such reality at different degrees, different stages. And that is the meaning of having the Buddha and the Dhamma as refuge to understand the truth, to realize the truth. Otherwise, what is the meaning of having the Buddha as the refuge? For what? For understanding what is there now as it is.
Okay, I want to ask you one more question. So, at the period of Buddha, there is no lipi. After the Parinippan, only all these Tiripitaka, Sutta Pitaka, Vinay Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka written by the bhikkhus. In the Abhidhamma Pitaka, in some pages, they written about the female organs in the Kama Sutra. Is it correct?
In order to understand what is the word of Buddha and what is not the word of Buddha, what is there now can be known as it is. It is by the teachings of the Buddha who had enlightened the truth. So he taught everyone who listened to his word to consider carefully whether it's true or not just to believe, but to be true or not, because he enlightened the truth. So what he said is true or not. When it's true, it is enlightenment, which conditions the moment of speaking about the truth for the other to understand. It's not by Buddha said like this and follow the word. no understanding. But understand the truth anytime, beginning to understand who realize the truth. Otherwise, no one can hear any word of truth of this moment at all, beyond expectation, beyond imagination. Even now, one is living in darkness, see, true or not. So the world does not appear as it is, to ignorance, but to understanding. It begins to know the truth. What is there, in light or in darkness? So at moment of enlightenment, is it light or dark?
Hello, Tess.
No sound there, no? In Abhidhamma Pitaka, it is written regarding the women in very bad way. So our international Bhikkhuni Sangha gathering together.
In the meantime, I would like to say something in addition to what Achan just said. Prior to this, she was saying that in order to understand the Buddha's teaching, we have to understand what is real now. It is not about we read this and that and just believe or not believe or doubt. So if we don't develop understanding, then we are going to question everything, right? Or else, on the other hand, we just believe without understanding. So it does not matter what is written and we understand or not. So the point is that we have to develop our own understanding, not just come to a decision about what we like to hear, what we don't like to hear. Every word by the Buddha is useful.
So, I want. Hello. Hello. Yes, I can understand what you told. That is, the truth is there. Sila, Samadhi, Panya, we should understand everything. So Bhagavan Buddha has given us the Tirisharana, Panchashila, Ashtanga Marga, Dasa Marga, Arya Satya, Madhya Marga, 423 Dhammapadas and 84 Suttas he given us. So we are all learning all those things. We are understanding little bit. Not just like Buddha we cannot. By the time also, this is the Abhidhamma we are discussing. In that, I want to know regarding the women, it is written something wrong. We are all aged. Coming society, if the student are studying that, they will get some mistake in the misunderstanding mind. So, can we, because in International Bhikkhuni Sangha, we decided we want to remove that from that Abhidhamma Pitaka regarding the women's organs, like that it is very wrong. So can we do that? I want to ask. Coming, it's a student studied means, it will be very... ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕನ್ನಡದವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಇವ್ರು ಮುಗಿಸಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ?
ผู้ถามว่าแกก็เข้าใจว่าจุดประสงค์ของฟัง คำสอนของพระพุทธองค์ก็เพื่อเข้าใจสิ่งที่มีจริงความจริงแต่เวลาเดียวกันบางอย่างยกตัวอย่างที่ในพระอภิธรรมอภิธรรมปิฎกมีบางอย่างในนั้นที่เขียนโดยที่แกพูดถึงก็คือเกี่ยวกับเพศสตรีที่แกฟังดูแล้วเหมือนกับว่าแกอ่านดูแล้วเหมือนเป็นอะไรที่ไม่น่าอ่านแกก็เลยตัดสินใจแกร่วมมือกันพวกภิกษุณีของอินเดียนี่แหละว่าตัดสินใจว่าจะลบหน้าพวกนั้นออกไปเลยแกถามว่านั่นเป็นสิ่งที่ถูกหรือผิดที่จะทำแบบนั้น
เราเป็นใคร
Who are we? Ajahn is asking, who are we?
We are the human beings.
Not the Buddha. So can you erase the Buddha's word? It's not your word. It's the word of truth. But when you study carefully, there can be the understanding of the truth, which is so very deep, very subtle.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Don't forget who are we and who's the Buddha.
No, we cannot say.
Great respect.
Buddha is inside our mind. Okay?
What Ajahn is saying is the Buddha is our teacher. Without him, no one in this world can understand the truth. And what he enlightened to is the truth which is so deep and takes so long to understand, and it requires such great wisdom that no one else can compare to that level of wisdom. So is there anyone else who can question the Buddha? Can even Sariputta question the Buddha? No. So who are we to question his words?
That's why listen to the word of the Buddha. Even just one word is so very deep. For example, seeing. Nobody can have seeing at will at all. And when seeing is there, no one can stop its arising. See? So seeing is just a moment of what? Not a tree, a ground, a cup. A moment of a reality which arises to see. And it does not arise alone. There are also other conditions for its arising. Citta, the experience, the chief of experience, the object, arises with many cetasikas by saha, chata, paccaya. Each support the others by different manners, different quality of reality. That's why learn to understand that the realities which experience the object are so many different reality, but one which is achieved is citta. It arises in false way from birth on and on, non-stop, no absent at all, even right now. But without his teaching, who knows that it's a reality which sees, not I see. So when there is the understanding of the different nature which arises and experience, not I, not anything, and that which is experienced is not a cup, but that which is seen so very quickly that it forms up the shape and form of something to be known as it's this and it's that. Only that in life. Wrong understanding or right understanding begin to be true to the truth. So truthful. It's not I or anyone, but at moment of I see it's wrong. And Buddha taught about how to let go wrong understanding little by little. That's why we have Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. And without Dhamma Saranang Gacchami, no understanding who's the Buddha. And Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, to be wise enough to understand the truth, the Four Noble Truths. Without the teachings of the Buddha, no understanding of the truth of what is there now. So, does anyone know that this is not enough? Only the beginning of understanding few words. Not in the whole day, but just some moments, some minutes or hours only. But he taught for 45 years, much more than what is heard now. So the one who see the benefit, the worth, the precious moment of understanding is conditioned not to let go moment of hearing and considering by conditions. That's why it's more and more difficult, because not by anyone, but by conditions, understanding, seeing the precious moment of understanding only can continue on from this life to other life, to hear again, to consider again, clearer and clearer until enlightenment is there. Is it possible? Can it be that moment, enlighten the truth, the arising and falling away of what is there now as it is? It's possible not by I or attachment or desire or wishing, but understanding to let go, the expecting, the wishing to realize the truth without any understanding of what is there now. So it's impossible to have such thinking that it can be without understanding from the very beginning, and it has to be right now. So what is meant by Buddhist? What is meant by being a Buddhist? To be truthful to the truth. And this is the development of understanding unknowingly. This is the path. Any moment of understanding is a path, very gradually developed, because it begins to understand the truth of this moment. And enlightenment is moment of understand what is there as a truth. No expectation which is the object of enlightenment. Different people, different accumulation. Sariputta, not the same as Ananda. See, the object of enlightenment is different by condition for each person, unexpectedly.
ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆಯಾ?
Buddhism is the oldest religion, and India is the mother of all religion. I heard that, and also I believe strongly. This Buddhism is so precious, so truthful, so factful, and even the scholars and so many highly dignified people embraced 100 years back. And across the globe, there are so many countries practicing the Buddhism. Why it's not happening in India? Maybe if we can answer today, it's okay. If not, we'll take it up tomorrow. Thank you so much.
So thank you for your consideration. You must have considered that Achan has been sitting for a long time. So we can continue tomorrow? Yes. Okay. Today? Come today. No. Conclude. Yes. ก็ท่านอาจารย์แกเราตอบพรุ่งนี้แกบอกว่าวันนี้ก็จบแค่นี้ Okay. So You want Ajahn to say something? No? Okay.
Very simple question again and again, not to forget. Is there Dhamma now? What is Dhamma now?
That reality, good path of the way. That is the good path of the way. Dhamma. Dhamma is the good path of the way.
Today we've been talking a lot about one particular Dhamma. Can anyone tell me which one? Which kind of Dhamma? Which particular Dhamma we talked about a lot today? Again and again? No, we talked about seeing a lot. And seeing is now. So, is there Dhamma now? If there is seeing now, means there is Dhamma now. There's hearing now, means there's Dhamma now. There's thinking now, means there's Dhamma now. So, what is Dhamma now?
Touching, understanding.
Understanding is a Dhamma. And it is an experience.
And truth is the Dhamma.
All what is real is Dhamma.
Yes.
Not only what experience, there is also the Dhamma which does not experience anything. Just such as sound, sound is also a Dhamma. Taste is also a Dhamma. Everything is Dhamma.
Is there Chitta now? Is there Chitta now?
Yes, good chitta. This Kushal chitta, akushal chitta.
No, Achan is asking, her question is there Chitta now?
बिकुनी
Yes,
ये आपसे पूछ रहे हैं क्या इस वक्त चित्त है?
yes, chitta hai. That's why we are sitting here. We are listening in the chitta.
Okay.
We are listening by the chitta.
Bhikkhuni, she is saying the chitta is there and she is listening by the chitta only. Subin sir, hi.
ท่านอาจารย์ถามว่ามีจิตไหมตอนนี้ผู้ถามและผู้ตอบว่ามีที่เราอยู่ที่นี่มีจิตแล้วก็ที่ฟังนี่ก็คือจิตเพราะจิตถึงได้ยินอยู่
มีเจตสิกไหมคะเดี๋ยวนี้ มีเจตสิกาไหมคะเดี๋ยวนี้
Chan is asking in Thai. So,
सर नो साउंड क्या कह रहे थे आप क्या कह रहे थे मैम क्या पूछ रही थी मैम क्या पूछ रही थी आप बोलिए भिकुनी अजान आपसे ये पूछ रही हैं क्या इस वक्त चेतसिक है
Chitta and what is that? Cheta chitta. That is the different.
नो क्या इस वक्त चेतसिक है
Including in chitta only.
Ajan she is saying chetsik is there but it's including in the chitta only.
Chan ถามว่าและเจตสิกมีไหมเวลานี้ ผู้ตอบว่ามีแต่ว่าอยู่รวมกับเจตสิกอยู่รวมกับจิตอยู่
Cetasik, right, in Thai. What cetasik is now with Chitta?
क्या चेतसिक इस वक्त चित्त के साथ है?
Hi.
कौन सा चेतसिक?
Yes.
आचार्य ये पूछ रही है कौन सा चेतसिक?
यू आर आस्किंग व्हाट चेतसिक इट इज?
यस
ये बताओ भिक्खुनी, आप इस वक्त कौन सा चेतसिक है?
Oh, mind me. Yes, there is two type of. There is the two type of chitta. That is the cheta chitta chitta. That is the bad chitta and good chitta, isn't it? Huh? That is the bad chitta is angry.
No, we're talking about chetasik now. Chitta is one Paramatha Dhamma, chetasik is another Paramatha Dhamma. So now we're talking about chetasika. Chitta, you said yes, like hearing is chitta. And you said there must be there is chetasika also. So Achan is then asked you which chetasika. Is there only one type of chetasika? Many, right?
Many.
So can you give an example of one chetasika now?
What is that?
When you say many cetasika, it means that you know what cetasika is there. So you say many cetasika, one by one.
That is hearing, touching, and seeing.
Hearing is chitta.
Hearing is chitta.
Is there cetasika arising with hearing, or just hearing alone arise? Whatever arises cannot arise alone, but it appears one by one only. So now there is seeing, but there must be cetasika arising with seeing, at least 7 kinds of cetasika. And we don't know, we just know that there must be cetasika. That's not enough. What are they? Only 7, not all of them. And why just only 7? And the other citta has more cetasikas than 7 arising, but only 10 cittas, 2 kinds, 2 different moments of seeing. One is the result of kusala karma, the other is the result of akusala karma. So the deed that has been done as akusala cannot condition the moment of experiencing the pleasant object at all by conditions. And the kusala karma, whenever it produces or conditions the result to arise, it is seeing pleasant object, not any unpleasant object, by karma condition. But what are the cetasika arising with seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching? 10 cetasikas, kusala karma, kusala vipaka, akusala vipaka, 2 of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. How many cetasikas can arise with that citta? Who knows? If Buddha didn't tell us about it, the condition for seeing, hearing to arise, there must be not less than 7 kinds of cetasikas. See, no understanding of any moment of life without hearing the teachings, consider carefully to understand it. Each reality cannot be taken for anything permanent or as something or someone at all. This is the way to let go, little by little, the idea of self. So when there is the understanding not just seeing as citta, there must be cetasika as conditions for that citta to arise to see. If anyone knows, not by oneself, but by reading, considering what Buddha said in Abhidhamma Pitaka. And is that also in Suttanta, the seeing, and that which arises with seeing, is it also in Suttanta? No matter what is by way of Vinaya or Suttanta, they are Abhidhamma. Without Dhamma, they cannot be Suttanta and Vinaya at all. But by way of teaching, simile, and so on, as to be understood. Buddha taught about it in daily life, but he also taught about cetasika arising with each citta too. How many of them? For example, when there's no understanding, there is citta for sure. Citta arises and falls away, and the falling away of citta is one paccaya, nati paccaya, condition the next citta to arise. And to be only that citta by way of Anantara paccaya and Samanantara paccaya. See, he taught about the details of each moment of what is there, arising and falling away. So now we begin to understand that there is not just citta which experience the object, there is also the reality which arises to experience, but not as the chief which experience clearly the characteristic of the object, but the other cetasik experience the same object by its nature, its function, and its merely condition for its arising. For example, seeing needs the rupa and also cetasika to arise to see. And what is that cetasika? One by one of the seven which arises with each moment of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, in order to let go that it's me or someone or something. So begin to understand one cetasika at a time until there can be understanding of more than that, little by little, to let go the idea of what is there as I. So now, can anyone think what is there arising with seeing consciousness? Citta arises with cetasika for sure, but they are different kind. Arise together, experience the same object together, fall away together, arises at the birthplace or Vatu, the place where it arises. So now who knows where citta arises? There is citta, it arises not outside the body, right? But where it arises? That seeing? Not so deep.
बिल्कुल आपको समझ में आ रहा था? मैम ये अंत में ये बोली कि जो चित्त है वो हमारे ऊपर ही कहीं ना कहीं अराइज होता है, हमसे कहीं बाहर अराइज नहीं होता है, उत्पन्न नहीं होता है. ये वाली बात आपको समझ में आई अंत में जो बोला? और उसके पहले अजान ने जो बोला कि एक चित्त के साथ 7 चेतसिक होते हैं, आपका इसको लेके कुछ मत है?
कुछ भी ये नहीं.
कुछ समझ में आपको आया? मैम
Dhamma and Buddha as refuse to understand the truth more and more.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, madam. You can understand.
So, shall we continue on this very topic tomorrow? No? Okay.
What madam given us by English, we are not translating Kannada. So we'll take a classes now in Kannada. Then we'll make the questions regarding all this subject tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
कन्नड़ में बात